Hello, hi to all of you known and unknown friends. My name is Francesca, I'm a teacher of Nei Dan, which means Taoist inner alchemy. In this video I wanted to speak for once not about how to heal something. I do a lot of videos how to heal things with Nei Dan, in particular Qigong exercises, but about the concept of healing. Sorry if I squint a little bit, I have the sun in my face, which on the other side is great for having a nice picture. Also, wearing a bathing suit, summertime. Let's back to our video. So, what it means, what is healing, what are the principles we apply when we do healing through Nei Dan, through exercise with energy, movement, breathing, and depends on what we want to do, other things. So the basic concept, first of all, in Taoism, as much as I understand of it, is there's nothing good, inherently good or bad. And but there is a search for harmony, for the way, the Tao, which in modern term partially probably we can translate with functionality. We want to work well in harmony with the universe. And the assumption in this tradition is that this is a basic of life, at least of life, or of the universe, even more. But let's say life. I don't want to go into mystical concept for people that may not share the same cosmology. However, let's assume that we have an inherited sense of goodness, like we know what we try to be well. So, and something happened. A sickness, an accident, causing something into our life that cause some other kind of problems, for example, anxieties or other kind of problems. So our we call them problems. Like, let's say I trip and I hurt my ankle and I sprain my ankle, and my ankle is painful and it probably gets swollen and it stands. So my reaction is I want to get rid of this, which is also a good reaction. I don't want to feel that pain. Pain is there to signal that something needs to be done. What's happening is, though, something really good for our body, because there is a lot of antibodies going into the place, causing an inflammation, but it's also healing. My muscles are contracting because I haven't put anything else around my ankle, and I don't need and I don't want to move it. I don't know consciously that I don't want to move it, but unconsciously, like many other parts of myself, my brain, are taking care that no movement is done that can harm it even more, giving it time to heal. So all this, it's a reaction that is desirable, even if it's painful. So how do we approach this with Qigong, for example, or other exercises? So the idea, as I said, I took this as an example because the idea is this: whatever happens to us is what we are ready in that moment to answer as a best answer. If we don't like it as a best answer, we should find not a way to get rid of what is there, which is generally not even working so well or cause more harm, but to replace it. This is the point of this video. We should find, and all the healing is directed in this way, we should find a way either to replace what we have with something more functional, or to integrate what we have in something more functional. More functional depends in this word, depends on outside and inside conditions. like what I desire as more functional, but also as what is more functional for the environment, and also replace it or integrate. Okay. Also depends much on the condition I am. What can I do? I'm continuously with examples to give some clarity on this concept. Let's return to our hurt ankle. So many people will put some kind of sustain of like a bandage, or even go to the hospital and put a cast, and I will take care of the contraction of the muscles, because now there's something else that avoid for this area to be moved. If it's something that happen and people ask me suggestion, for example, I will not suggest unless it's something depends on the gravity of the things. But if nothing is actually broken as a bone or ligaments broken, etc., it's better to allow a little bit of movement than to immobilize it completely. But we have to put attention with which movements, which one can be avoided, and which one can be spared. So we can selectively, for example, release the muscular tension that is uncomfortable, and keep only the one that is comfortable. Meantime, we learn how to manage our weight, and frequently we learn from this kind of accidents, particularly the one on the ankle, for example, how to get a better posture, which is desirable, and we also can do, for example, massages, which we can't if it's immobilized, to speed up to release and reabsorb the fluid. Massage, also touch in particular, reduce inflammation. Why don't you take an anti-inflammatory instead of touch? And there are anti-inflammatories. And anti-inflammatories works. There are for the place which we can put, and there are for the whole body. Now, for the whole body, for a general anti-inflammatory, that's not going to work. But it's also going to numb other sensation of pain, which you will say like great. And I will disagree with that, because pain is a very useful meter, not the only meter, into our lives. That's the reason I am actually not a fan of any opioid, for example. Because that is a non-solution in this point of view, the point of view of the healing I'm speaking, because you avoid pain, so you avoid a symptom. In most of the time, not a great functional way. You create a lot of other problems. So, what's the point? I'm not saying that in an extreme situation of pain you should not take medicine for that. Obviously, depends on the situations. But I'm saying not to consider pain as the bad thing, because it's not. It's an uncomfortable, as it should be, part of our life, which is very useful though. Okay, so I got to say most what I said. What I said was the important part is about integrating or replacing what's happening, because it's not bad to be destroyed there on the place. Is to grow, to integrate, to be put in harmony, to be put with the Tao. Most of the approach also to, I spoke before about anxiety, so also to other symptoms that are in a Western tradition called mental symptoms, and they're never only mental, because whatever is mental is also chemical into our body, etc., etc. Anything is in this in this approach is approached this way, considering it as a point on where we can, and there are a lot of techniques in this area, we can grow, improve, and improve life. So hope to everyone good health, but if you have some health accidents, hope everyone good healing as growing into life. Comments down below. Please contact me if you need help with and you want help with healing and exploring Nei Dan Qigong healing. Everything in the description down below. Thank you. Subscribe, like if you want. See you to the next video.